Hello YouTubers, welcome to my channel. You know, all these different fallacies that came up during the Oprah Winfrey interview, and how if you really are in tune with who Meghan and Harry are, and then you watch that Oprah interview, and then we allow certain facts to come out after that interview, then we can really see it. So this is how this was posted on Twitter. It says, all you have to do is spot the logical fallacy in Harry and Meghan's reasoning, right, as featured in their own historic ratings buster Oprah interview. And so there's 10 of them, and I'm going to go through all 10 of them. I'm going to give my perspective. We are seeing, in my opinion, Harry and Meghan trying to create this new normal around all of the fallacies and things that they have done, or that they continue to do, the things that they say. And it brings me, and if you hear a sound in the background, that is my heater, because I am freezing in here, okay? So I hope it's not bothering you too much. But I was speaking with my husband the other day, and, you know, we were talking about Harry and Meghan. He was saying, you know, outside of people that talk about this all the time, like the people that are subscribers to these channels on YouTube around Harry and Meghan, you know, outside of that world, people, everyday Americans, you know, they really are not invested in the things that Harry and Meghan are doing. They hear about it, just like when I make fun, you know, you have this couple watching TV, this older couple watching TV, you know, all of a sudden the story just pop up about Harry and Meghan. Oh, you know, they look at that, that's that Duchess, you know, that's that Duchess. She done married that guy, that Princess Diana's son over there. She done married him, and now they living back over here in America. And ain't that just so nice? They just living over here in America, living the good life. She's just so sweet, that Duchess. I just love her. Yes. Yeah, the typical American like that just, you know, kind of sees it when it comes by. They're just going to see the main things, or they're going to see the Oprah Winfrey interview, because a lot of people saw that. But they're not going to see, like, the things with the court cases, or, you know, they hear that, you know, Meghan forgot to tell the court, or she forgot that she spoke to her Jason Knopf about the emails, or, you know, the things that he was going to say to the writers of that book, Finding Freedom. Like, you know, they'll hear that, forget about it, whatever. I saw her on Oprah, and she said on Oprah that the royal family, they was racist. Yes, she said they was racist, and she was saying that they didn't get that Harry, they didn't took that Harry's money away from him, and all he had was the millions of dollars his mama left him. Ain't that just so wrong? And the father, he won't even take Harry's phone calls no more. It's like, that's wrong how those royals and did them over there. Yes. That's what people will hear and remember, and take that as fact. And no matter how much you try to show people, or they may hear the facts pointing to something completely different, they are going to believe the narrative. They're just going to believe it. Because for one, they're not as invested in what is actually happening. Two, you know, they're just going to believe the nonsense that is spewed over and over again, and how Harry and Meghan are going to change the narrative, this ideological subversion. They're going to change the narrative over generations, and before you know it, there's a new normal around the things that Harry and Meghan are doing, because it's been instilled and implanted over these years. Now, unless Harry has a wake up aha moment, woman, what you done done to me? What I can see what you have done to me, and I'm going back to my family. Unless we have an aha moment where Harry does this and he breaks it, as long as Harry, in my opinion, stays with his wife and they are on this path that they are on now, they are going to continue to try to change the narrative to create a new normal, so that the most Americans who don't follow this, you know, the intricacies and understand the depth of all of this, they follow it very superficially. They will be swept up in a new normal that Harry and Meghan are trying to create. And definitely Harry is on the path of trying to be in opposition to his government, the monarchy. This is the path in which Harry is on right now. And I don't know if he's woken up to this or he knows about it, but this is the path he is on with his wife. Because he's going against his family, his traditions, the people that love him the most. He is going against it. Now, you may not like the things that your mother and your father and people have told you when you were in your stupidness and your ignorance, because you didn't know no better. But when you wake up and you become an adult and you start to see, oh, I understand now why my mother was like this, because, you know, you just get it because you come into your consciousness and you understand better. Harry is not in his consciousness of right mind right now, and he is falling for the okie doke. He is falling for the things that his wife is telling him about his family, the institution, and he is going against it. And it all came out within this Oprah interview for me to talk about right now. This goes really deep. I'm not going to make this video too long, but I'm just going to give you those little snippets to like think about. Kind of take it all in and give me your thoughts in the comments below. So let's go ahead and dive into these 10 fallacies, if you know what I'm saying. So if you know everything about what happened during the Oprah Winfrey interview, you are going to know that certain things were said that just don't make sense. They be like, what? That's a fallacy. Okay, number one, I don't read the tabloids. I don't read the tabloids, but they are so unpleasant. I have to leave the country, right? We know she said during the Oprah Winfrey interview that she doesn't read the tabloids, but her whole thing around leaving was because the media, the tabloids were mean to her. They were racist. Don't make no sense. Number two, the racism in Britain was so bad we've come to the United States. We all know, and I know for a fact, I lived in Europe. I've lived in foreign countries. And I know I have never experienced more racism than I have in my own country, than I have in a foreign country. And I look black. So I can give you the real for real when it comes to being a black person in a foreign country. Okay? So I'm going to just leave it at that. Number three. For security reasons, it's better to live in a country where everyone has a gun. And this is the number three, right? So we know Harry is all upset about not being able to get this extra special protection so that when he goes over to the UK, he's got like this really high level security. Well, don't you think you would need that in America? Everyone here has a gun. Like you go out in public here in America, you try to turn up or someone sees you. Hey, it's going to be more likely that someone is going to have a gun anywhere you go in America, but you're not going to have that in the UK. So how can you even say that you would not be safe over in the UK, but you're more safe in America? When you go in any public place, people have the right to have a gun, and they do have them on their persons in public here. So that don't even make sense, Harry. We know you're just trying to come up with excuses so that you do not have to go over to your country because you're probably more than likely embarrassed of your behavior. You can't stand up to the heat that you will get when you go there. Number four, as a mere A-list actress on a top-rated show, I was totally unprepared to enter the media spotlight. Now, I do not agree that they say she's an A-list actress, but given Meghan what she had accomplished on that show Suits is a big accomplishment in the actor world. I will give her that. So although she was not really considered an A-list actor because that show that she was on was not really a well-known show for most people, it was not like very popular in mainstream America, but I'm not going to diminish her accomplishment with being on that show Suits because it is an accomplishment in the actor world. However, the fact that she was on that show shows you that she knows how to deal with the public. She understands the media spotlight. And because you are saying that you were not prepared for the spotlight that you would be under as a royal, that is a complete lie because of your current standing when you came into the royal family as a person within the media spotlight on a television show. You're used to the cameras, you're used to people looking into your life. Hey, she had her own website where she was welcoming people into her life because of the work she did on her website. So that right there doesn't weigh well. I wish there was a credit on the person that created this, because I want to give thanks to that person. I don't see it, but if I do find out who has put this, if that person reaches out to me, I will give them credit in the description. Number 5, we wanted our son to be a royal prince, although royalty is a gilded cage that makes people trapped and unhappy. Yes. So they talked about being over in the royal family, how it just was not for them. It made them unhappy. But yeah, Oprah, they didn't want to give my son a title. Like, that don't even make sense. Like, what are you talking about? Why would you want it if it was so bad to you? Okay, number 6, as an American actress and friend of Hollywood celebrities, I did not have the phone number of a therapist. And also that her mother is a social worker. So all this hoopla that she gave during the Oprah interview about feeling suicidal and not being able to reach out to get a therapist support, you know what? Who really believes that? When you have access to so many powerful people, you couldn't reach out to get support? Like, the only way you could get support was the HR department within the royal family? No. Who believes that? Maybe some. Number 7. My letter to my father is deeply private. Harry's unanswered phone call to his father should be shared information with the whole world. She sues the publications that published the letter from her father, but yet they're going to sit here and put information, private information, about Harry's father not returning his phone calls. Like, does it make sense? Are there contradictions here? I would say so. Number 8, Meghan is not to blame for me leaving the royal family. I couldn't have done it without her. Whose idea was it? Was it Harry's idea or was it Meghan's idea? You know, Harry wants us to believe that he is the one who wanted to leave the royal family. But who benefits the most from leaving the royal family? Who benefits the most from living in the state of California? Why wouldn't it be Meghan's idea? It looks like her idea. Oh, but Harry wants us to believe it was his idea. She's not to blame, but yet he couldn't do it without her. Number 9, I'm broke apart from the millions my mother left me. No. You know what that sounds like when you are a person struggling every day? You know what that sounds like when you are trying to make it in the world and yet you are complaining about not having money, that your royal family have cut you off? But yet you've got the millions that your mother left you. You know, you sound so ridiculous. You are a spoiled, rotten brat. Because most people, when they get of age, they got to move out and make it on their own. When does Harry think he was at some point supposed to get out and make it on his own? Number 10, I love my grandmother. So much so, I'm completely loyal to her. And then they say a bad word, but you know, screw you, Grandma. Screw you, Grandmama. I don't like you and I'm going to do all these things against you. Harry has done things that I don't even think he is in his right mind. I don't think he really understands what he has done. But I believe that Harry is on this mission to really destroy something that really is within his DNA, which is who he is as a person. And with this ideological submersion, you know, it is one of those things where you can be told the truth. You can be shown proof. You can be given information that will contradict the things that you believe, but you will still believe the lie. Could it be that Harry and Meghan still want people to believe the lies? Is that their objective? What is it that they are doing? What is their whole point? Why are you in America? What are your goals here? Are you trying to get Americans to pay for your security, to give you that high status of diplomatic immunity? that people like myself and other American taxpayers are going to have to front the bill for you because you are trying to make us believe that you are something that you really aren't? I don't understand it. I don't get it. This couple is hoping that the majority of Americans will not really pay attention, that they will continue to believe the lies that they had spewed during that Oprah Winfrey interview. And I would like to add another fallacy. The whole fact that Meghan no longer speaks to her father because of what he did with the tabloid media. This is why she doesn't speak to him. This is what she wants us to believe why she doesn't speak to her father. But yet and still, this is a woman who has a public relations company that is out there to make her image appear to be something that it actually is not. The whole point of her having a PR agency goes against the reasoning behind her being mad at her father for going to the public. Meghan works with the media all day long to help her image be portrayed in a way that she wants people to believe. How is that any different than what Thomas Markle did? But yet she wants people to believe that she is upset with her father for going to the media, for going to the newspapers, for having a story published, by working with the paparazzi. She is upset with her father for this reason. But yet Meghan does it every day. Not only does she do it every day, she pays lots of money to a public relations firm to help with her image. Is that not what her father did? He simply wanted to better his image. Meghan pays to have her image portrayed in a way that is going to be more likable. But she wants us to believe she's upset with her father for doing something that she does every day. Doesn't make sense. Another one. That's another one that I put in here. So my honorable mention, basically. Because the fact that she no longer has a relationship with her father has, I believe, pushed her father now to have his own YouTube channel, to make his own voice heard. And anything that Meghan tries to say about what her father might be doing now, he had no choice. Because the girl is not going to speak to him regardless. So what does it harm Mr. Thomas Markle to go out and just make his voice heard now? What does he have to lose? If you're not going to speak to him, if he's quiet, then hey, he might as well go out and speak something and give his truth, because she's never going to speak to him anyway. I applaud Mr. Markle for having his own voice heard, for saying the things that need to be said, for putting the truth out there, because we can see that Harry and Meghan are not about the truth. They are not about giving information that is going to shine light to anyone that is going to make them look bad. So Mr. Markle has to protect himself. He has to protect his eldest daughter. He has to protect his family's legacy and their reputation, because Meghan is doing everything she can to destroy the reputation of her own family, and Harry is doing the exact same thing. He is going to try to destroy his own family. They are trying to bring on this psychological warfare to benefit themselves, their lives, their new legacy in America.